Coming up on Bondi Rescue. A man dislocates his hip joint. But it's his friend who needs emergency treatment. A woman fully clothed and drowning. And a mother's worst nightmare. As her child goes missing in the water.
I'm sure he'll come back.
Take me back to the sweet times, the happy nights. Everything is gonna be alright in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime, that is where I'll be.
Rain, hail or shine, Bondi can pull a crowd on any given day. Tourists come to tick Bondi off their to-do list, regardless of the weather. Lifeguards must stay vigilant.
I've noticed these two heads at third ramp that's just to the right of the tower, and they're going down pretty quick, so I knew I needed to get there as quick as I could.
Just meters from shore, a couple have been overpowered by a surging rip, pulling them out to sea.
Yeah, Gonza's in here. I jumped on the board and I had to pretty much give it everything I had. Like, just had to punch through the waves, couldn't try to sit up and get over them. I knew that I had to get there as fast as I could. When I was getting to it, her head was completely underwater. Just probably a couple of seconds later, she could have drowned.
Just relax. Just take deep breaths. Slow deep breaths. All right. Okay.
Savesh and his wife, Varuna, are on holiday from India.
We're nearly there. Just hold on the board, okay?
They were pretty close to shore, so I just told them to hold onto the side and, paddle straight in and get them back to shore.
So keep holding on, keep coming this way. Guys, keep coming this way.
When I got them back to shore, they're kind of still in that little wave zone, and I was just yelling out to them, "Oh, come in," and they couldn't come as quick as I wanted them to because they're just exhausted.
The rip, a narrow corridor of water just a few meters wide, is almost invisible to the naked eye.
So do you guys know where the safe area is for swimming? No idea? Okay, well the red and yellow flags, so just down there, that's actually the safe area for swimming.
The majority of the people we get down at Bondi are tourists, and they don't really have that much, surf awareness.
We were swimming on the other side of the shore, but then there was too much crowd and too much weeds, I would say, plants, some coming at, and we were getting some plants in our feet. So we saw the spot which was kind of vacant, so we came here.
Lifeguards try and predict where trouble might strike next. But some things, often the strangest, can never be predicted.
Myself and Harrison were stationed down in the Rhino at South Corner, and a member of the public walks over to us quite calm and says, "I think my friend's broken his hip."
Just had a report of a guy's fallen off the rocks here, and he might have dislocated his hip. Just walking over. Just stand by.
Yeah, I'll stand by for him, but too big, let me know, brother.
And I get over there and there's a gentleman sitting against the drain pipe in a puddle of water, quite calm at this stage, saying he's dislocated his hip. Gentleman, 40, flipped over in the moss. He's had a hip replacement and he's pretty sure that he's popped it out.
Yeah, copy, bros. I'll get onto it right now.
From my basic medical training that I've had, you know, it doesn't take much to notice that one leg is 15 centimetres longer than the other.
The ambulance has been called now. I think if you're happy to sit there...
Yeah, I can't move.
Yeah, but I mean, don't try and move.
I'm not happy to sit here, but I've got no choice.
Yeah, fair enough.
Danny is from Sydney's inner west and is visiting Bondi on a day trip.
He wasn't in a lot of pain. It was a pre-existing injury, offering him some pain relief, which he didn't want. He's quite calm there.
Suddenly, one of Danny's friends starts acting strangely.
Yeah, I'm not feeling
I feel like I'm about to faint.
Really? Maybe
I'm
just,
really right,
I'll tell you what, why don't you just sit up in the shade, just lie down and put your feet above your head sort of thing. Lift your knees up. Just lie down, you'll be right.
And I look up and his best mate starts having a fit right in front of me.
But the thing is, they're not going to move you.
His eyes were going to the back of his head. He had scissor fingers going, and then he just looked like he stopped breathing.
Beardy and Harrison are in the south corner treating a man who has a suspected dislocated hip. Suddenly, lifeguard's attention turns to the man's friend nearby.
I look up and his best mate starts having a fit right in front of me.
But the thing is, they're not going to move you.
His eyes were going to the back of his head. He had scissor fingers going.
Hey, boys.
Then he just looked like he stopped breathing.
Can we get the deep end?
I need some help down here.
Harrison rubs the man's sternum with his knuckle, a technique which usually gets an immediate response.
I'm gonna run down there.
Hey? Okay, yeah.
George, you all right? You all right? Huh? You all right? You all right? No, relax. Just don't move. Just chill.
Mate, he's just come completely out of it. He's just woken up out of it.
Oh? I'm gonna need some.
Hey, Pow, do us a favour. Lie on your back with your head lower than your legs. Get off the grass and on the concrete for me. Don't stand up. Just help him down.
Put your legs up on here.
Just lift his feet up. Put him on oxy.
It was a very hot day, you know, so I don't know if he was dehydrated and had too much sun, but I couldn't tell you what happened, you know. I have no idea.
Yeah, mate. Hey, defib isn't needed at the moment. He just had a little fit. He's woken up. But put him on O2 therapy.
Harrison administers oxygen and searches for clues, but the man and his friends reveal little.
Hey, buddy, do you have any medical conditions?
Nothing? Are you his mate? Are you his mate?
Yeah. Has this happened before?
No, not in all the time that I've known.
Yeah, that's gonna rest on your head. Yeah.
He was just saying he was a bit dizzy before.
Yeah, mate, that fit there was pretty strange. Haven't seen that before.
Hey,
Mate, you're just...
you just went.
Yeah, your hands going all over the joint.
Doing a washing machine.
Yeah. Mate,
Both your mates are gone.
when you get 3 fully aged men down the southern end of the beach in the corner, you know, you don't know what they're up to. You know, you've got one with a dislocated hip, one passing out, and one just high on life, you know, so I'm not going to say anything else.
Oh, well, this one here, he's had a hip. Danny's had a reconstructed hip, and he slipped off the step here and popped it out. But it's happened before. George, I don't know, he just went dizzy and fainted.
I don't know. I was just having a smoke and I just started feeling really dizzy, really lightheaded. Never happened to me before. Well, I don't drink, I don't take drugs, nothing.
I didn't know what was happening. It was just a very strange situation.
That was weird, man.
One second you were like talking to me and then you just went and you were gone.
So weird.
While George recovers from his mystery seizure, lifeguards focus back on Danny and his dislocated hip.
I think it was only maybe after a bit of adrenaline wore off that he started getting a bit of pain, and that's where he's had the green whistle before previous injuries, and I think he wanted it pretty quick.
Danny is given analgesic gas to soothe the pain until paramedics arrive.
Oh, geez, that eases the pain, doesn't it?
Yeah. You get a bit lightheaded, just stop it, and some really big, deep breaths.
I just hope I get a good surgeon that he knows what he's doing to
Yeah, you know
put
what?
it back in.
He was definitely a unique character, and, you know, he had plenty to say.
I forget your name already.
Yeah, Daniel. But
Daniel, Danny.
Yeah, everyone calls me Beardy, but...
Beardy.
Beardy, yeah.
Yeah, Beardy. Yeah, I'm Goaty.
Yeah, Goaty. I think he was kind of enjoying himself in the end. It was making us laugh anyway.
Jeez, I like the freebie I'm getting. What a freebie. It's costing me nothing. Yee. You take it for granted the premier beach in the world,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. This is what it's about. You got the best view of it right here.
Best beach in the world, mate. Australia, the best country in the world. God bless Australia. Advance Australia Square.
As paramedics arrive, the green whistle has Danny loving life and flying high.
Hey, brother, how are you?
This is my name's Lucky. All right, that's
Yours?
my French. Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Jesus, my lucky day.
Have you had morphine before?
I have.
Danny will need more than luck. Moving him to the ambulance will cause enormous pain.
I've got faith in you, Lucky.
Paramedics administer morphine.
The position that he was in, he was really comfortable. He was sitting up and he wasn't moving. But once the ambos arrived, we had to get him on the spinal board, and that's when things changed.
What's going to happen? This is going to hurt heaps. So
Danny slipped on mossy rocks and dislocated his hip.
it's going to hurt.
He's been administered analgesic gas and morphine, but it isn't enough to mask the pain.
Shuffle on the stretcher. Put it on the Breathe in, breathe in. The ambos have already administered their morphine, and he was still screaming after getting that, and he needed more. He was in a lot of discomfort.
It's the angle. It's the angle where me heel is.
Yeah, what do you like it up?
I'm gonna go a bit further.
Keep breathing, bro. Mind over matter. I don't mind because you don't matter.
He's a big guy, and we needed all hands on deck, you know, to get him out of there and get him in the back of the amber.
Is everyone got a good grip?
Yeah.
Grip. Yeah. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's a bumpy ride over rocks and sand before Danny reaches the ambulance.
You guys right up here. Yeah, you guys are right. You know, he's a bit of a knock-around character, and yeah, I really hope it all turns out well for him and they get that hip in.
Thanks, boys.
Danny was transported to hospital for emergency surgery, and his hip was put back in place.
Max, where's me wallet?
I'm getting it for you, relax.
How long does it take to get me wallet?
Bondi's golden sands stretch for 1 kilometre between 2 imposing headlands. For tourists, losing your bearings is an all too common experience.
Maxie and I were down at South, just patrolling. All of a sudden we were approached by a man from China, and you could tell he was just very distressed.
1 hour ago, we just go to there. Now we put everything here and settle down. And he went to the beach first.
For a swim?
Yeah, the first swim. So I can't see him.
So we were able to establish that his son was 17 years of age. He was last seen going for a swim.
And did he come back?
No, never.
The last time you saw him, he was going for a swim.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if this may swim or not.
Did he say he was going for a swim?
Yeah, I swim.
Well, first and foremost, you communicate back with Central, so we just let them know that we have a missing person.
17-year-old Asian male wearing blue underwear, last seen about an hour ago with the intent of going for a swim.
Okay, Tommy, we're just going to let's just get this last detailed description. The last spot they seen him, was he entering the water? Was he on the shore? It's good. I just thought, to escalate it.
When there's a missing person, there's a process of eliminations down here. So it's either water or land, and obviously it's escalated quite quickly if it's in the water.
So your last communication with him was that he was going to go for a swim.
Yeah.
He never came back.
Yeah.
Lifeguards are disturbed by the information they've heard so far.
So yeah, we had a bit of a trifecta there with his nationality, last seen in the water, and time frame.
Tom has faced a similar situation before. Years earlier, the boy came looking for his missing father. That afternoon, his body was found in the water. Losing lives on Bondi affects not just the individuals involved, but the service as a whole. Putting on a brave face, Tom hopes another life hasn't slipped through the safety net.
How are we looking, Tommy?
Sure. I'm just going over to have a chat with the wife. She's just sitting out here waiting. Largely unchanged, all his clothing's here. She seems pretty distraught now that I'm walking over to her.
By that stage as well, the whole situation had become a little bit more dramatised because we'd located the mother.
Hi. What's your name?
My name is
We're just looking for him at the moment. I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No. My son is
His name's Fan, yeah? F-A-N? His name? Yeah. It was almost as if she had to be cared for because she was starting to show a few signs and symptoms of potentially slipping into shock. I just need to get some...
I want my son.
I'm sure he's going to come back.
The missing boy's father begins to fear the worst.
I'm sure he'll come back.
A 17-year-old Chinese tourist named Fan has gone missing. He was last seen entering the water an hour ago.
Give it 5 more minutes and then I'll call the cops.
The missing boy's mother fears the worst.
I just need to get some...
I want my son.
I'm sure he's going to come back.
That's the centre, mate. I might take old mate for a rove along the shore, just tower and back.
And just while you got that vehicle turned around, just do a megaphone announcement down the beach to just to see, maybe get the dad to do it, so then you notice his voice.
Okay.
With every passing minute, concerns for the boy only grow greater.
It's hit the hour mark. You know, the last footsteps were seen entering the water. First point of contact is the police.
Hello there. It's Harry's from the lifeguards down at Bondi. How are you going? Yeah, good. We've got a reported missed Asian boy down at the southern end of Bondi.
So at this stage, we're still in a search and rescue mode, whereas I'm getting the police, I'm contacting the police. I'll have jet skis down on the shoreline, lifeguards are going out. It'll be a search and rescue phase. I'm looking for this person.
Lifeguards scan the water for any sign of the boy.
They're not the most dangerous conditions we've ever had, but they're certainly not the safest.
As the search time approaches 90 minutes, lifeguards scour the middle of the beach, 500 metres from where the boy went missing. Then, finally, a breakthrough.
I saw it. Yeah, boys, we found him.
Found him. All good. Sorry.
多长时间你不回去啊？那你没跟我约这个时间啊？
Harry shares his relief.
Thanks, guys. Let's found him.
We found him. He's with your husband.
Thanks, guys.
My son come back.
Yeah, he come back. He's okay. She went from, you know, almost complete panic to just elation.
Thank you very much.
okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit scary.
I come back. My son come back.
Yeah, he's with he's with your husband now. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's all right, mate.
At last, 17-year-old Fan is reunited with his family.
Thank you, thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Where was he?
Yeah.
Where? On the sand?
Yeah, I just lost my mind.
Ben! Ben, hello. You worry your mother's sick. I think you took 10 years off her life, Ben. Maybe 20. All right, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Perfect, perfect. Today is perfect. Okay, thank you.
Next time on Bondi Rescue. A fresh face teams up with lifeguards for the day.
Hopefully today I can do a little board paddle rescue.
Go, 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 go. Straight down.
Boiling point.
There's a push and shove going on.
When an unsavoury photographer is caught red-handed.
Good go, mate. Yeah.
And two mass rescues
Might need help.
back to back.
Oh shit, one done.